Hello again, welcome back to more Pokemon Emerald Legacy. You could just call me Stent. You'll have to forgive me if I sound fairly low energy this stream. It's been another one of those particular days where, you know, last Friday night, up doing more Pathfinder stuff, come home around midnight, while we're the hours trying to put out a email for the rest of the party, just sort of recounting the events of the night, basically acting as the group's chronicler, adding in a little bit of supposed wit, and going to sleep at around 1:30, if not later on in the morning, then waking up at like 11:30 and getting up, basically having breakfast at lunchtime, and then whiling away the afternoon, acting like it's morning. So yeah, you'll have to forgive me if it's is fairly low energy, but on the plus side, during the week, I did a fair bit of grinding, and let's just say I finally found our next party member. No, this is not a trick of the light. This is not some save editing skullduggery. Yes, you can actually catch Beldum. Or should I say specifically, I did mention last part there was a special encounter in Granite Cave. In Steven's room specifically, Beldum can spawn at a 1% encounter rate. Meaning, yes, you can technically get Beldum before the second gym. However, let me just check to see if Mike is actually working. Okay, we're good. Just wanted to double check. The thing about Beldum, teamed with the fact that it has a 1% encounter rate and, well, you can technically catch it before Brawly, with the 1% encounter rate and the fact that it has a catch rate of 3, which is only rivaled by Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, etc. Basically, legendary tier catch rate, the lowest possible in the game. And the fact that, aside from exploiting pickup, you don't really have access to Ultra Balls. Beldum is, I dare to say, the hardest Pokemon to catch in the game. And I did it the hard way. Yes, I didn't have any Ultra Balls because I used them on, well, you saw me use my only Ultra Ball last stream, but yes, this is what we got to work with. I've brought everybody mostly up to speed. Fairly confident in everybody's levels at the moment. Obviously, Beldum has a fair bit of catching up to do, especially given it's got a fairly slow experience yield compared to, say, Azumarill, which is super fast. So we'll just see how we go. I've given it the Silk Scarf just to get the most out of its takedown, and admittedly, in terms of stats and nature, it's not the best, but a Beldum's a Beldum. And you know what that means. It's not really going to pull its weight all that much until the very end of the game, where it's just crushes everything. Right, let's see what we can find on this next route. I heard there's some fairly interesting things been added here. Well, at the very least, we're on par leveling, so we can at the very least level Beldum up a little bit. And you may have to forgive me if you hear a little bit of munching on screen, because my dad's been experimenting with cooking popcorn. Started out mostly, of course, as Mom and Dad are really big fans of sort of the movie experience, and I suppose nowadays home theater especially, just so you don't get the massive crowds you normally get in theaters, or at least used to. And while it hasn't quite got the same sort of magical popcorn seasoning which you usually get at cinema popcorns, or at the very least in the Americas, I'd say this particular batch came out quite well. As oh, here we go. For this particular batch of popcorn, he cooked it using ghee and just seasoned with some cinnamon sugar. Yes. This is a fairly new encounter, as admittedly, in order to increase the sort of diversity of certain Pokemon you can catch. They did admittedly have to add a handful of Pokemon to the Hoenn decks, and here's one of them, Ponyta. Just because for the longest time you didn't really have much options if you wanted fire types outside of Blaziken. Really, your only bet was Numel and maybe Vulpix at Mount Pyre, which of course... Oh, you didn't was. Vulpix, who of course in the original game was only in Mount Pyre, and here has been moved to Route 8, I believe? 108? Basically outside Rusturf Tunnel. There we go, got Ponyta. Am I admittedly fairly tired? We'll just see how we go. Yes, we got Ponyta. Ponyta is very weak at birth, he can barely stand up. I can't help but feel bad just taking this away from its parent where it can barely walk apparently, but yeah. You can just catch Ponyta here and have another option of the fire type, and well, here's Gulpin, the funny Pokemon. I think I'm just gonna swap out for Grovyle. I want to use False Swipe. That was a mistake. That was very much a mistake. Again, with the Discord thing, still think it's fairly unwise just to throw out Discord details. I may have done it accidentally on a past stream, just... generally think it's unwise in these sort of public forums. Yes, of course, we've got to catch Gulpin here. Mostly just to fill out the decks, and I will be sure to try and level it up best I can in the off time, when the time comes for me to fill out the national decks, which again is possible in this in this mod. I'm just gonna head back real quick so I don't need to use any of my items. It's literally just a few seconds away. Like I said, I do intend to start up a Discord server sometime in the future, just again once I hit 1,000, as far away as that may seem. Oh, Professor Birch. Oh hey, Stent, imagine seeing you here. And where might my Brendan be? Oh, I see, you're two roaming separately. Well, that's totally fine. Oh yes, I heard that your PokéNav has that match call system installed. Well, that should register you to my glorious PokéNav as well. That way, even when we're apart, I can totally create your glorious, awesome Pokédex anytime. Yep, registered Professor Birch, who's just here. Stent, please keep an eye out for my Brendan. Well, I better get going. See you later. Well, that was fairly, out of nowhere. I don't actually remember Professor Birch showing up there. I think that might actually be unique here, but... who could say? Admittedly, it's been a while since I played Emerald, so there's a fair few details here which may seem new to me as well. It's like we're discovering a whole new game together. I do know this is, at the very least, they did actually make some changes so that Minun and Plusle are actually more distinct from one another, with Minun being more defensively based and Minun being more offensively based. I'll say defensive more, I suppose, bulky and supportive. Also in the base... okay. Okay, it's just... you can tell it's been a while since I played through Emerald. Well, yeah, admittedly, I did, it did take me a while to find this Beldum, so I did end up taking Slackoff up above his, the level in which he usually evolves. I just figured that I'd save his evolution until on stream, if that makes sense. Minum being defense, Minum being offense. Okay. I think here it's more so just sort of further emphasized in terms of stat distribution. Oh, great. Yeah, it's Plusle the offensive one, Minum the support defensive one. That was it. Minum is the blue one, Plusle is the red one, if you need me to emphasize. Also, yeah, Numel got Flame Wheel. You slap. Okay, I remember in one of the, I suppose, development videos for this particular Romhack, the idea of giving Flash 1 damage, but I guess they just decided not to go with that. That being said, I will admit that this particular group of Minum and Plusle is starting to really show its strengths, with Minum being more on the support. Just using Helping Hand They're both using Helping Hand on each other. I will admit that's pretty, it is sort of reminiscent, just with regards to, AI, I suppose enemy AI shenanigans, where just, when I was playing through XG just, ages and ages and ages ago, and I got to, I believe it was Lavelli's Ore Coliseum team, just down to her last Pokemon, which was her Altaria, which just kept spamming Cotton Guard, and it just wouldn't stop, no matter what. I was just like, please, use anything else. I'm literally here just sitting up, just slowly whittling you down. You have to do something or else you're gonna lose, and then she just lost. I do kind of feel compelled to go through XG one of these days, though probably will be once I've gone through XD proper. As yes, XG is another Romhack. Bringing in more sort of modern elements to the series, to the game, with Pokemon being more in line with their Mega Evolution cells, physical special split, the fairy typing, just all sorts of stuff. Quite a polished mod, if I do say so myself. Though, given there may come a time where I can potentially play it on my GameCube, I'll have to experiment with that. It would be interesting to see if I could actually trade Pokemon from Emerald Legacy into XG and see what happens. Just sort of looking forward to turning this whole thing into a big science experiment. There we go. Level 20. Wait, Numel can learn Focus Energy? Since when? I mean, I'll take it. Sometimes randomly just type Bada Boop and I don't know why. Well, it's engagement at the very least. There we go. Have you no compassion? I mean, have you seen my team? I'll have you as my captive audience as often as possible. You see? This is like with you and me. Okay, so it doesn't actually come up with the notification of added to match call. Which is funny because I haven't actually had any out of the blue match calls recently. Unlike in regular Emerald where it just spams as much as they would be in Gen 2. Okay. So obviously Numel's up to Curlier, so I'm confident that Numel at the very least is going to hold his own for the most part against Watson, though from what I recall Watson has a few more tricks up his sleeve. Mostly just in preparation for not getting completely stomped by Marshtomp.
You're being watched. Ha! How do you know I conceal myself beneath this desk? You're sharp. Behold, for I am the greatest living mystery of a man in all of Hoenn. They call me the Trick Master. Ha ha ha! Glad to meet you. You've come to challenge my trick house, haven't you? Yes, that's why you're here, isn't it? Yes, it is. Consider your challenge accepted. Enter through the scroll here and let your challenge commence. I shall be waiting in the back.
How does he do that, and can I learn? Where is Pikachu? Pikachu is not here, unfortunately. Instead, we got, Big Pika-Blue. Hopefully, Azumarill here will be able to make up for it. Also, yeah, Defense Call rollout, so... It's like ever since Azumarill got rollout, he's just been a massive powerhouse. It's been great. Definitely looking forward to seeing how he fares against Flannery. Just... Oh, what's that? You bringing up your Torkoal? How's about a base 960 power rock move? Coming off of huge power. That's why it has to come on in. Got free snacks. Ah! Well, that was certainly fortuitous at the very least. Hopefully they were good snacks. Like this popcorn I got. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Vance. Hopefully you've been having a good day today. I'm gonna see how Slackoff fares up against the Oddish. As, yeah, Beldum is sort of struggling. Forgot to mention member of the Sounds as though you've definitely seen a fair bit of action. Or just stuff. Like Pokemon do? I do too, William. Welcome. Welcome to whatever this is. This just... I suppose chill stream where I sit here eating popcorn and commentating over this mediocre gameplay. 10 free full-size Mars bars and a huge bag of chips. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think bringing Azumarill out here was a mistake. Whatever, have a rollout. Ain't real. Oh, okay. I will admit, on the mention of Mars bars, I have always been curious as to try a deep-fried Mars bar at least once. You know, the sort of Scottish delicacy. And I'm sure they just do different deep-fried chocolate bars as well. Just Mars bars is sort of one I am the most familiar with in terms of the ones which are deep-fried. Enemy captain different types of ships and he just gives you a ton of Certainly sounds like it's been an entertaining ordeal for you. Deep-fried sushi. I don't know, that seems like in in Japan that would be a sacrilege in the eyes of most people. Just raw fish suddenly deep-fried. That sort of goes against the purpose, really. Immediately knew an American made... I mean, of course an American made that, as opposed to, the Scottish who just deep-fry normal things, like chocolate bars. Like, not even the Scottish would be crazy enough to find a means of deep-frying ice cream. I mean, sure, it tastes amazing, but still. It's the sort of thing that defies all logic. I wouldn't necessarily call this a riddle, dare I say. It's just run around chopping down all the trees you can find. Then again, this is made for 5-year-olds, so... Can't really say I'm overly against it. Oh, so yeah, we still got mail here. I will admit, I do sort of miss the later games where stuff like healing items and feel items and such are separated out into their different categories rather than just... Oh yeah, and hold items, just all being in their separate categories rather than just being in this massive pocket. So I've got a harbor mail at Slayport for a little later on. Probably should have bought that on stream, but it is what it is. It's not normal, there's no normal than deep fried yeah. Deep fried sushi just sounds wrong to me. But the sort of thing is like, oh yeah, you can eat the fish raw, and then it's like you put it in the deep fryer, and then it comes with like body temperature. It's like, ooh, maybe not. Just room temperature fish. That seems like the recipe for contracting something unpleasant. Is it bad that as a kid I kept mixing up secret power and nature power? Because it feels like they generally do different things in that the effect of the mood changes depending on the environment. It's not a Pokemon was to say you weren't even born back then. Okay, play it with an emulator when I was... Yeah, that's sort of the weird thing, really. It's something that I tend to bring up a lot with the Sonic series, especially on my particular streams. The fact that you got new fans coming in, younger fans, being introduced to the series with the movies and such, and they see all these references to past games and characters which aren't even on the consoles they own. Like, you have Sonic 3, which takes heavily inspired influence from Sonic Adventure 2, and yet Sonic Adventure 2 is not on, say, the Switch, for example. Or you got Shadow Generations, which has a lot of references and callbacks to Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube, and yet most people can only play that on emulators. And I guess you could... I guess I'm just sort of not taking into account just how widespread and available certain emulators are, especially with handheld, with like Game Boy emulators on like your mobile phones. It's just like fairly easy to find a ROM of a Game Boy game out on the interwebs on your phone and an emulator to play it, so there we go, found a scroll. I suppose it's that's one way of looking at it, but on the other hand, I feel that people wouldn't have to resort to such morally grey methods if the companies who made these games in the first place provide a better service in order to actually access them. Oh, it's you again. Yes, I did admittedly attempt listening to the song you mentioned, but I will admit I'm not exactly that big into Friday Night Funkin', unfortunately. Yes, I do remember you from last stream. I will admit, when it came to trying to catch Beldum, I was admittedly considering just getting a Shedinja, you know, catching an indicator, raising it up to level 20, trying to catch Shedinja, just so I'd have a better time of it, because of course, Takedown doesn't affect Shedinja, but then again, he just probably just used Struggle. I suppose that does remind me what I was going to say, actually, about some a sort of ironic thing. I caught this Beldum whilst I was watching the first Hobbit movie with the family. Which is ironic because I'm pretty sure I already mentioned this before. Back when Black and White 2 were first coming out, or at least before then, I spent like months and months trying to Masuda myself a shiny Beldum, and I was listening to sort of trailer music for the first Hobbit movie when I finally got my shiny Beldum. Which I still have somewhere at the very least. I'm pretty sure it's just on, just locked away in Pokemon Home, and the vain hopes that a better Pokemon game will arrive one day in which it can flourish.
You made it to me? You're sharp. It took me all night to plant those trees. You're almost my equal in greatness by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. Fine, you have earned this reward.
Ooh.
Scrub that smug smirk off your face. It's too early to think you've won. I'll make new tricks to stump you, I will. You may mock me only when you're done. Come back for the next exciting installment.
Do I believe in Taolians? I have admittedly thought about this for a while. It's, considering the alleged size of the universe, it'd be more odd to me if we were the only living planet in the universe, and that there were no aliens. Just with regards to just how big the universe supposedly is, it's logically, at the very least, the conditions for life have to have occurred somewhere else, or at the very least, life would have, or at least another set of conditions which could host another form of life. It's just I suppose it's more just sort of a matter of probability, if anything. Just there may be an infinite number of worlds, and in between them there has to be, logically, a finite number of worlds that are inhabited as opposed to uninhabited. To me, that just only makes sense. Perhaps have any other socials? I get asked this a lot, and I'll just say real quick. I haven't really had much faring into the world of social media for years. It started with me mostly having activity on Facebook, albeit not much. Back before I realized that Mark Zuckerberg was not a human. And then I did technically have a Twitter back, like, almost 10 years ago? It's been a long time. I just remember in the sort of, upcoming to the 2016 elections, you know, those ones. I sort of, saw the writing on the wall, just how divisive social media could be, and it's like I wasn't really making much use of this Twitter thing anyway, so I just deleted it, and haven't really looked back since, and just peered into the world of Twitter and all the madness that goes on, and it was like, yeah, I'm certainly glad that I got rid of my Twitter. And then I see this blue sky thing, and it's I have admittedly just been set in my ways of just not engaging with social media at all, and admittedly it just looks to have a lot of the stuff I didn't like in Twitter, so there was a bit of a hard pass for me. There we go, Beldum finally managing to get a kill in a battle. You know what, let's just see how Azumarill just fares. Delete him from the video game, please. Thank you. There we go. One man show is ruined. I mean, hey, you came up to me. Ooh, PP up. I'm going to, I'll just say it, I'm probably not going to risk doing the cloning glitch in this game. As opposed to... And a guard's back, that's free money. Yes, I'll happily take some more Chetty Betties. Oh yeah, this is technically Route 103, by the way. I just remembered because of the music. Meaning we do technically have a shortcut back, assuming we can find a way to cross the water. I just find that sort of funny, to be perfectly honest. Just the fact that we have just one route that just goes from, like, Oldale to Slateport. And yet, because there's water in the way, you have to take this massive detour around. It really is just like those instances where you plug into a sat-nav, it's like you want to avoid a particular stretch of road, and it just takes you miles and miles just of unrelated areas just to avoid this one particular road. Like, it's like you want to get from one town to one part of the country to another without using a particular motorway. It just takes you into like 3 different countries and just circles around. But it does technically avoid that bit of road you didn't want it to go down. I'm fairly certain this was the sort of thing was back in sort of the 2000s as well, so I'm sure it's a fair bit more sophisticated nowadays, but it doesn't help but find that sort of convoluted alternate route that goes on to Mars just a funny scenario. I suppose it's small wonder I keep getting all these cherry berries, considering how much of the enemy seems to spam paralysis. And I'm starting to remember why I didn't really have much of a like for Rosalia in this game, just because, oh hey, Rosalia's on the field, stun spore. Stun spore everything. There we go. And the Sodigog, because I keep forgetting that I have all these Sodigogs. Can you say hi in Spanish? Oh yes, hola. I feel there's a whole bunch of Espanol, which I might have known at one point, but it fails to come to my mind at this point, so hola. It seems fairly simplistic. It's funny as well because my mom is currently learning how to speak German in order to visit my sister who's currently in Germany for a job. There we go, these two again. I will admit they have certainly done a fairly decent job of just making Plus and Minum a bit of a threat of their own, just making use of all the creature comforts and double battles. In fact, you talking about soda while I was taking a sip of the Sprite. I will admit I don't really drink soda all that often, but personally when I do, I usually end up going for Pepsi Max specifically. Just find the flavor of that just most of my liking, because to me it may just be how it is over here, but I don't really find Coke to be all that flavorful and Dr. Pepper to be a bit too medicinal, if that makes sense. And that being said, I have tried Fanta recently, and that hasn't seemed too bad. And the sort of weird, caffeinated, Fanta drink at work at one point, which was supposedly peach and mango flavored, yet there was absolutely no indication of peach or mango when I looked in the ingredients list, and it was like apple juice from concentrate and all these different science experiment chemicals on the back, and it's just like, oh. I can't wait to see what adverse effects this has on me in the future. Which is funny because I probably didn't even need to drink, as I usually take coffee into work. Into the office. Well, the store brand business was right. I feel a lot of people seem to devalue store brand stuff because, admittedly, family tends to get a fair bit of stuff from Lidl. Oh yeah, it's finally Slackoff can evolve. Did Michael Jackson sponsor Pepsi, or is it a Mandela effect? That's actually pretty interesting. I don't really remember that, but it does sound like something Michael would have done. Apparently fans was a bit different in each country. Yeah, I did hear about that. Mostly just people praising the Mexican Pepsi over the American one, which is just orange-flavored sugar water, whereas over here it's a bit more, I suppose a bit more like orange juice. A little bit. As well as talking about Fanta now, I am kind of curious to try out Orangina again. Are you going to say Lidl? Yes, Lidl. Or as we call it over here, Lidl. Yes, the making one taste more concentrated. Yeah. I also remember it being a bit more of a dark orange as well, just as opposed to the American Fanta, which is just nuclear orange sugar water. Oh, great. And here we go. Everyone was saying that Sing is overpowered on fast Pokemon. Look at this. Well, yeah, it's weird. It tends to find a lot of good stuff from Little, from what I recall. I mean, I suppose it makes sense why it's so popular. It's just like, it's good stuff cheap. Surprisingly good stuff cheap. Blood friends like orange juice and more water and carbonate. Yeah. I sort of feel it's similar in the UK as well. I think it's more just sort of European Fanta is more sort of universal. Oh. Alright, let's see. Fisherman. I want all the experience I can get here. Every minute, see one of us. Yeah. Again, I'm just, again, I am kind of curious to try out Orangina. It's like I tried it when I was a lot younger, and I thought, it's alright. It's an interesting looking bottle, and the thing that I think most people remember about Orangina are the fairly infamous ads. If you know them, you know them. And of course I would know them. It would be kind of weird if looking like me didn't know about the Orangina ads. Absolutely inhaled 2 pizzas. Well, how big were the pizzas? Is my question. Because of course you got the extra large ones, which are just the size of a monster truck wheel. And I can understand if it's like sort of Japanese large pizzas, which are just smaller than a sheet of A4 paper. Now, across the sea from here, you'd be a shortcut to Oldale Town, yes. I'm kind of surprised there isn't a ferry here, to be perfectly honest, just for people who just want to get to Slateport. Alright, I think we've, tarried enough. Okay, so the trees do respawn by the looks of it? It's fine, let's just carry on. Going down the low road. Fairly sure there's a fair bit of stuff around here which I probably missed. It's funny as well, because I distinctly remember the... Oh, here's Minum. I was gonna say, remember the upcoming battle here being a fair bit more difficult when I was a lot younger, but I think with the team I have now, we should be in for a fairly, I'm not gonna say easy, fun time. It's gonna be fun. Gonna play Mega Man X on the Switch? Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, I didn't mean to press run. Silly game. There we go. Get over here, Minum. I will admit I would be kind of curious to use Plus and Minum in a playthrough, but I feel that would more be, sort of have to be for a game that's more sort of heavily focused on double battles. Like, I remember in Colosseum at the very least there was planned to be like a Shadow Minum, and that sort of feels like a missed opportunity. Just, you have the game which is all double battles, and yet you don't have both Pokemon which are both focused on double battles. Yes, Dunwars, just feel free to ask any questions. You don't have to sit there and say, "Can I ask you a question?" Just ask it. I'd say it's more annoying if you D-pad's acting up. I think I hit right and it just went right and down. I just had to tell it is 2 or 3 times when you have to brush your teeth. I mean, me personally, I just do teeth brushing first thing in the morning, then last thing in the evening. Usually. That's just sort of been my rule of thumb. And, I'd say teeth have been mostly hanging in there. That being said, I have sort of, admittedly been taken to experimentating with brushing my teeth in the shower. It's just I heard about that from another video I watched just off the cuff, and it was just like, why don't people do that? It just seems so much more efficient. As when you think about it, the shower is technically just a big tap. Being mauled by yeah, I've heard that the X games can be quite intense. C2, yeah. Usually 2 times for me. That usually seems to be sufficient. You know what, let's roll out a zoom roll again real quick. Your iron defense means nothing to me. Oh. You know what, let's see what a roll I can do to a Gulpin. I'm kinda curious. Never think that's right. I mean, I suppose if you're a bit more sort of uber conscious about the state of your teeth. Because I heard people just saying brush your teeth once after every meal. But usually just, the way my schedule goes, just, once in the morning, once in the evening seems to, fare me just fine. But to each their own. Yep, of course, what now we got here? We got the Gulpin D's jokes. I should have seen them coming. Subway, it's been a long time since I had Subway. I suppose the most ironic thing is their slogan for the longest time was "Eat Fresh," and much like in supermarkets, all their produce was just sort of laying in the trays for days on end, so it's not exactly, correct. But honestly, when I think Subway now, I just think, Subway smoothies. And how cursed that whole, episode was. I'm not sure I should, link you to it, as it was, the results were quite rancid, to be perfectly honest, but, it was quite entertaining when I watched through, bits and pieces of, cronies. crony's Subway smoothie stream. As of course, for the longest time, she was obsessed with Subway. And then after that stream, never again. A little bit in term, I don't tend to get a lot of fast food. Recently, more just sort of local places whenever I Uber out. I used to do McDonald's a fair bit, but I decided against it because I thought it was a little too expensive. And their cake was, and their bread was called cake. Yeah.
Hey, Stan, this is where you are. How's it going? Have you been raising your Pokemon? I'll check for you.
Here we go. Well, I mean, I always really did love this rival theme. Starting off with Spoink again. I suppose we're really getting serious now into the level 20s. I'm just gonna see how long I can hold out. Come on, Beldum, I believe in you. Come on, I know you have the strength in you to succeed. You just need a lot of experience. Yeah. Admittedly, this just sort of reminded me of this old video. This was old Mega Man parody video, just... What if Wily just had a robot boss, the boss robot master called Spike Wallman? You just left wondering why he didn't ever just do that if he wanted to stop Mega Man. Just have one of the bosses just be entirely walls of spikes. Oh, there's Combustion. I'm gonna swap out. I don't feel comfortable having Vigor off going up against Combustion. Let's see how Azumarill fares. Oh, going for the focus energy, are you? Okay. Just taking this whole turn to just set up, I suppose. 22, though. I suppose they really aren't messing around anymore. Oh, there's the crit. Hopefully Azumarill can hold out in time just to delete Combustion. Come on. Please don't get another crit. Look at that. They call him the Steamroller. Look at that. Just absolutely taken down in one hit. Just talking about video games, gonna ask you if you ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day. I will admit I haven't, but I have heard plenty of good things about it.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty.
Stan, you trained without me noticing. Good enough. Here, take this.
Finally, the item finder.
That's an item finder. Use the root around for items that aren't visible. If it senses something, it emits a sound. Anyways, I'll have to look for more Pokemon.
One thing that I admittedly found kind of confusing about this particular item finder, I think, if I can just register it. I'm not sure if this has the same effect as... Okay. Just I liked how in Fire and Leaf Green you actually got an arrow whenever you use the item. Yeah, it's just you get the ping. But you don't get the sort of arrow indication to make it a little bit easier to spot. Yeah, let's just go figure off. I keep forgetting to use my Sody cogs. As I bought this, these are exactly this reason why am I not using them. Yes, and being Vigoroth, I don't have to worry about Truants anymore, so we can just absolutely go wild against all these enemies. It's great. It's like he's sort of been unchained for a little bit. There we go. I just realized I have this rare candy on hand as well. I think I'll wait till Beldum hits level 17 before using it. Random tips, phone can be made helpless by paralyzing and putting it to sleep. Ah yes. RNG. I do find it kind of weird how just some Pokemon in this game's animations just get this sort of glow around them. Like, Ponyta there just went all red. I think Charizard does the same as well in his animations. I think there's a fair few others. I think maybe Blastoise, but I may be wrong. Just find it a weird creative choice is all. Alright, it's obvious you two are guarding something. Do at the very least appreciate Emerald's attempt of adding more double battles, that's nice. Yeah. I like how I'm just sort of sitting here, just enjoying this popcorn. More people way strange than China. Yeah, that does sound quite dense. It sort of reminds me of some more recent videos I've seen where you just have all of these videos like this I forget the name, this one sort of Chinese city where it's just like cities built on top of cities, and they just have like multiple ground floors with roads, and then you look over the railing and it's just you're on top of buildings technically, and there's roads below and walkways, and it's just as close as I think we've gone to sort of a hive city, I think. I mean, it's definitely an engineering feat, but just living on the lower levels especially must be kind of rough going. And then again, it is China, so I don't think crime is as tolerated. There we go, got a revive. Finally. And since this isn't a Nuzlocke, I can actually use this. Oh. Let me check real quick if you actually can find Plusle on this route. Alright, let's see, where is Ploose? Where is Ploose? There's Ploose. Okay, so Ploose is on this route, but I just guess it's just a lower encounter rate. I'll probably run into it off stream. Well, got the life capture, great work! I will admit I have sort of been curious about the Mega Man X games, just heard a lot of good stuff about them, and just was led to assume they are about as rough and intense as the standard classic Mega Man games, which I will admit I'm not exactly the biggest fan of. Mostly just don't really like the trial and error aspect of them. Particularly when you get to those sections with the disappearing platforms, where you just... It's like one block, and you have to be dead on when you get it, and a second later it just disappears right underneath you, and you have to jump at the right time. It's... just seems more annoying to me in terms of level design, to be perfectly honest. And I get that sort of the point of them being short games which are fairly intense, so you have to learn all this stuff, but It's just not my particular cup of tea, to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna take your word that the X games are a fair bit more, accessible, for lack of a better word. Oh, finally we get Bubble Beam. Goodbye, Water Gun. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a lot of funny things about X7. Yeah, 8 is pretty... Yeah, I heard some good things about X8 as well, just it's a fair bit rarer, at least in terms of a physical release. Coming to the end of my popcorn here. I suppose it's fitting, because we're coming up to the end of this, this route finally. Get out of here. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Nummel fares against the, against Watson. Okay, level 18. Let's, I'll just use that rare candy real quick. Especially with the... Yeah, that does sound fairly intense. He says not really knowing the context of all of this stuff. Gotta fight 2 bosses at the same time. Okay. And I imagine the bosses are a fair bit more, for lack of a better word, fun compared to the classic games, which is... You better have the thing that's a matchup, otherwise you're gonna be in for a bad time. I fell off the cycling road. Oh, I gotta feel bad for this one, admittedly. Just... How do you fall off the cycling road when you have railings? It's not like... Even I can't do that. How did you manage? Okay, it looks as though we're starting to get more up into appropriate levels. I'm just gonna swap out to Mel just so I can get rid of this Magnemite. Well, that was lucky. I want to see it. Well, I mean, I haven't actually seen the Venom movies. Just heard admittedly mixed things about them. Haven't really been really big into Marvel since Spider-Man: Homecoming. Only boss that really does have a weapon is... Does that weapon thing is Boomer Kuwanger and hates him? Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, this one seems fairly clumsy. Nice. I shall treasure this elixir and forget to use it. Well, I mean, I do kind of forget a lot of the item placements on this particular stretch of road. Anyways, here we are. More nana berries, which are just nanners. Give me the nanners. Speedrunners be like, yeah, I suppose it is like that sometimes, just... I do kind of find it funny, though, that just, I've admittedly still been getting back into Halo a little bit. Did end up listening to a little bit of Fall of Reach after being finished with Fellowship of the Ring again. Speedrunners be like 0.00001. Yep, just like a femto of a second off the time. Run's ruined. I'm not sure I'd really have the heart to really get into speedrunning, to be perfectly honest. It's like, oh, messed up, that's 1 point. Start over. Brute force my way past the launch octopus. That doesn't sound like you had much of a good time there, unfortunately. But yeah, I do kind of find it funny just how, at least from what I've heard, Halo kind of sucks to speedrun. I suppose just from the nature of the game, there's checkpoints and spawns, just probably have a little bit more of a look into it. I just find it kind of funny in a way. Oh, there he is, the Zubat of the Seas. Good to see you, Tentacool. Definitely looking forward to seeing you an infinite number of times once we get to the second half of the game. I say second half, more like third. Basically, once we leave Lily Cove. This one can kill someone. Okay. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a bit of a mean fight. Yes, give me all that lovely experience. Admittedly, has been a while since I brought Grovall in for a fight. Let's see before Heaven Knows more big. Yeah, I figured I wanted to go for a bit more of a overt rabbity nose, if that makes sense. A bit of a charming with a slightly sharper tip than usual. You check out TV, they added a whole bunch of cool new shows recently. Sometimes they put you on TV. Ah yes! In the times when being on TV made you popular as opposed to just making you look like an idiot, because of course TV doesn't matter as much as the internet, which everybody is on. You'll be able to buy harbor mail in the pocket. Ah yes, I just so happen to have harbor mail on me. Yes, give me your coin case. For some reason, those charge attacks make you invincible. That sounds, unintentional. Okay, let's have a nice little look around Moreville for a little bit. Obviously have a fair bit of stuff to sell. But what is that in the corner I see? Are you something I can sell? Yes, you are. I can't use X speeds. Look at all this money that I have to play around with now. It's lovely. Yeah, just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's have a look and can get it. I love how they sell these in hard modes and yet you can't even use them. It's like, why? Don't need any more super potions. Let's get some more great balls. I was about to buy them 10 to... Wait. Do you not get Premier Balls from buying anything but Pokeballs? I guess that's something I sort of missed. I'm so used to that from the later games. There's no blended channel. Acting as sort of a guide. Admittedly, I've been looking for a guide as well, because looking at Blend, I don't know the first thing about what I'm doing. And I'm afraid to touch anything unless it all explodes and I ruin everything. Anyways, hello you. Well, what do we have here? A most energetic customer. You can call me Rydell. I'm the owner of the cycle shop. Your running shoes, they're awfully filthy. You come from far away? I mean, not really. Is that right? Then I guess you... Alright, fine. You're saying that you came all this way from Little Root? My goodness, that's ridiculously far. I mean, not really, it's just across the water. If you had it in my box, you'd go anywhere easily while feeling the gentle caress of the wind. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a back. Oh, wait a sec, I forgot to tell you there are two kinds of backs. They're the mock back and the acroback. Mock bikes for cyclists who want to feel the wind in their bodies, and the acrobikes for those who prefer technical rides. I'm real sweetheart, so you can have whichever one you like. I'll go for the acrobike. Yeah, I prefer the acrobike, personally, just because of all the funny stuff you can do on it. You got the urge to switch backs, just come see me. I mean, obviously that's the thing we're gonna have to register. As is law with all these old Pokemon games, the only thing that you The only thing that you register on your select button is the bike. I got there in the end. You can do all sorts of tricks on your bike. You can just flip turn, you can jump, you can wheelie, which is nice. And of course, if you just hold the B button, you can do the bunny hop. So you can see why I preferred this. Let's have a look in the Pokemon Center real quick. Oh yeah, there's this fellow in the corner. I wonder what he wants now. As I remember, in the past, it's just... this guy seems to be different each time. Hello. So we have legendary trainers. And tell me, have you had any tales that are remotely legendary? I mean, you used Pokemon Centers 58 times? That is indeed magnificent. Don't explain to me how a bicycle fits in a backpack. I mean, I imagine they say it's a foldable bicycle, but I have a foldable bicycle, and I don't think even that would fit in a backpack. Let alone whatever this is that just goes around your belt. Because I think I want to talk to you. Oh, you have a Whisper, don't you? They're so lively. We're willing to trade it for my snow runs. Yes. This is another new trade. You can get some snow runs really early if you just trade out a Whisper, which I just so happen to have a spare Whisper on hand. Let's see which one I want to trade away. You strap the backpack onto the bike and wear the bike. Yeah, I suppose that would make a lot more sense. Let's get rid of this one. I think I can make do without this one. I'll be right back for you, Nummel. Let's have a look at Snowrun real quick. From what I recall, Glalie at the very least has been buffed in regards to the fact that it just has an extra 5 in all its stats across the board, so it's a bit more a bit more well balanced, let's just say. When you use this teleportation technology, I imagine shrinkable bikes being that simple. Oh, hello again. I was just getting myself a snow runs. As you can get it, as you can get a lot earlier now. You got Nippy. Take good care of Nippy. It's a little shy at first, but it warms up quickly. She says that she immediately looks away. Level 6. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's see. Hasty nature. Okay, just well-balanced stats across the board. With a little bit extra in special attack and speed. Powder Snow right off the bat. It's kind of a shame that it's so low a level, because I reckon I could really do a lot of damage with a Snow Runt. Or Glalie. I think Glalie also evolves at a lower level here, so you can actually make proper use of it for longer. Where the bike is at. I'm gonna put you in here real quick. I imagine if this was another playthrough and I was down for using a Glalie, I'd be all for it, but I think I've solidified most of my team right now at the moment. Praga style. Let's see, what else can we get around here? Alright, we got the Rock Smash TM over here. Or should I say HM? You must Latin name, it's almost fate for you. I think I gotta start a bit more. Maybe like the Rock Smash dude. Anyways, your Pokemon look pretty strong. I like that. Hey, take this hidden machine. And it just gives you Rock Smash. This is just... Is his whole life just here, just giving Rock Smash away to people? I don't think Rock Smash... Oh wait, Rock Smash has been buffed, so I forgot. It now is 60 base power. Which I suppose is kind of fitting for when you get it. I'm gonna get rid of Cuts. Actually, I think this may be a bit more useful on a Azumarill to perfect this. I'm gonna give Azumarill Rock Smash. As of course, you can forget HMs in this Romhack. And then just keep Cut on Vigoroth just because. Seems good. Good thing. Okie doke. So let's have a look at Rock Smash real quick. Rock Smash here. May lower defense. I do admittedly kind of wish that Rock Smash was just sort of the reverse power-up punch, where it just guarantees lowering defense with each hit, but I think at this point in the game, base 60 is a fairly respectable amount of damage. So it's not 100% useless now. Which... why is it, with the exception of Surf and Strength, why did they feel the compulsion to just make all the HMs completely useless? I never did get that. It's like, cut at the very least you could have just, I don't know, a high crit rate to make up for its low damage. I mean, of course, Waterfall got a lot better as time went on with the physical special split. But Flash as well, just... I'm not really sure what you do in order to make Flash good. Oh yeah, we actually get to see Carlia really put in some work now. Just completely delete the Oddish from the video game. Oh yeah, this is a full team of 6 as well, so I guess, we're really gonna be in for it now. There we go, that's the sort of damage I've been looking for. That's why we're on cut with 90 base power, since... yeah, for where it's placed in the game, 90 base power definitely seems a little too much, admittedly. Just... I think in this Romhack, where it is now, just being a base, like... Let me have a look at some cut again, because I know it's, at the very least, that it's a bug-type move, so it's a fair bit more useful, at the very least, in terms of coverage. Yeah, cut is, 55 damage, which, fairly on in the game, you know, 55 is nothing to scoff at. Waterfall and Default were probably the only comp viable moves. I mean, there's Surf as well, which is basically just water-type flamethrower. Then again, I suppose most people would just be in it for Hydro Pump, wouldn't they? Oh, yes. I don't have any regrets here, just putting Silk Scarf on Beldum. Yeah, they made it bug type. They made cut bug type. Which at the very least does make cut a little bit more interesting. As you do at the very least have a good stab bug move early on in the game. Stuff not really in doubles. I suppose it mostly just depends on what strategy you're going for, because I do remember back in the day at the very least how prominent Surf and Water Absorb was. It's like, hey, here we have a strategy where I damage your team and I heal my partner Pokemon. It's a great deal. I keep forgetting that Rock Throw doesn't actually target both Pokemon. It's just a single target attack. It is kind of weird being like one of 2 rock moves in all of Gen 1. I keep mixing it up with Rock Slide. Because yeah, there were only 2 rock type moves in Gen 1, Rock Throw and Rock Slide. Not sure why they decided on that and just have like a bajillion normal type moves. Okay, let me just heal up again real quick. Water absorb partner with a surfer would be very... yeah, I suppose. Then again, with how Gen 9 is going, I'm not really sure I like how the doubles format especially has been going, where it's just, here's Urshifu, here's Tornadus, I win. I think it's more so just looking more into competitive Gen 3. I think I do definitely think I prefer that a lot more, just especially with the Or Coliseum sort of niche game type, where it's basically just Gen 3 VGC. Oh man, oh no! Oh no, no! No! Alright, let's see who, if I can outdamage you. I have Silk Scarf. Come on. Stop trying to spam Supersonic at me and hit me. You spent all this time just spamming Supersonic on me and now you're immediately already dead. You fool. Also, yeah, as far as I recall, they actually did make confusion moves like Supersonic more accurate in this Romhack. So I get used to more confusion hacks. Oh, Power Fusion as well. Somehow we won. Yes, Belton, yes. Somehow he won. Okay, now I can swap out. Let's see how good Rock Smash is. A big rabbit with a big personality. Well, that's only one way of saying it. Hello, Spito. Hopefully you've been having a good weekend. I'm just here, just sort of, making do with my Beldum. Yes. That went wrong so fast. Oh, heck yeah. Finally, we get Matang. I wasn't sure as to whether or not Beldum evolves at 20 or 25. I guess here it's 20. Which is good in my books, because now we get Matang. And we get more than one attack. Oh boy, I'm sure I'm looking forward to using Matang for most of the game. Fluffiest floofs. And with this, I can finally take the Silk Scarf off and give it to Vigoroth. Give him the most powerful Fury swipes. Where is it now? Silk Scarf. Very nice. Look at that. I was gonna say his highest stat is special defense, but I just didn't see the defense stat. Yeah, I think Matang is gonna be the village wall. I mean, I say that, but we got a Zoomeril as well. Just a lot of good defensive bulky boys here. Also, yeah, Metal Claw is now 60 base power. Confusion is now 50. Takedown is 95, which I suppose explains why it was doing so much with the Silk Scarf. Okay. Shaman's attack is pretty bad. Yeah, but at the same time, it is a Matang, so I'll make do. Guess he'll be going special attack more. We'll see. We'll see. Since this is, I suppose, a bit more of a casual playthrough, I'm probably just going to be going more mixed. Alright, let's see who my first victim of Matang is going to be. Hello, Wally.
Uncle, please.
I want to challenge this gym and see how much stronger I become. May I, please? Now hold on, Wally. Since you've started living with Pokemon, you've grown quite a lot stronger. Don't you think you're pushing it by suddenly challenge a gym? I'm not pushing it. If I combine forces with Ralts, we can beat anyone. Oh, hi, Stent. I've gotten a lot stronger since we met. Stent, I want you and my uncle to understand that. Please, will you have a battle with me? Sure. Okay, here I come. I thank you, Spito. It's much appreciated. Alright, let's see. Level 16, so... Kind of weird that he hasn't evolved his, Curly already. Excuse me, considering Ralts evolves at level 15 in this mod, but, Metal Claw. Let's go. Oh no! Oh no! Matang! That was brutal! I lost. Why is some mysterious answer goes? Surely he can handle the stress of the gym battle. I mean, Matang just one-shot him. I think he needs a little bit more time in the oven. Uncle, I'll go back to Verdun Turf. Stent, thank you. Being a trainer is tough, isn't it? It's not enough to just have Pokemon and make them battle. That isn't what being a real trainer is about. I mean, it's most of it. Wally, there's no need to be so down on yourself. What's keeping you from becoming stronger and stronger? Come on, let's go home. Everyone's waiting for you. Wait to embarrass him in front of his uncle. I mean, I didn't expect Matang to do that. I would at least expect him to leave him on, like, low hit points. So don't just dawn on me that you must be the trainer that kept an eye on Wally when he caught his Pokemon. Why don't you visit us in Verdantov sometime? I'm sure Wally would enjoy it. I'm sure I'd enjoy it as well. Hey, Scott. I was watching that match. That was pretty merciless of you. You're friends with that boy Wally, aren't you? But you didn't hold anything back and beat him impressively. Yeah, that's what being a real Pokemon battle is about. Completely steamrolling the opposition. I idolize trainers like that. I'll be cheering for you. I mean, okay, I wouldn't exactly call that a, battle of just epic proportions, but whatever floats your boat. A sense of homeliness comes over me. I made a mistake and got two of the same dolls. Would you like one of them? Sure. Got the Trico doll. I don't think this is like in Gen 1 where you can just beg for coins off of the patrons. I think you're just gonna have to buy your own. Oh yeah, they also brought roulette in. Win or lose, it's only by luck. Okay, so you do get some coins from this guy. Good to know. I suppose since this is a casual playthrough, I think we can afford to stop by a little bit. Are you looking for coins? I'll just take 100 for the time being. Let's have a look at the prizes. We got the dolls here, of course. I think the main thing is, let's have a look here. Double team. Okay, so you actually did showcase you what TMs are. So we have double team, we have psychic, and then we have, of course, flamethrower, thunderbolt, and ice beam. Let's go gambling! Let's have a look here. Easy to lose track of time in here, you can certainly imagine. I'm not sure if it's like in Gen 3 was just, certain slot machines were luckier than others, but... yeah, we'll just, sit next to this guy all uncomfortably. I will admit I was never exactly, certain as to why old people were seemingly obsessed with the slot machines. It just seems to be such an old people thing that they really get into it. Oh, I actually got something. Hit the jackpot. I don't think we'll be hitting any jackpots today. You know, I didn't actually notice the lightning bolts at the top of the screen right there. Guess it's more so There we go. I guess it's more just sort of something I didn't really notice on the tiny GBA screen. Let's go gameplay 2024. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's move on. This is tough. Yeah, it doesn't really help that I have still have the latency problems. Like, let's see. Controller ASMR. I want to go up here real quick and just fight all the trainers. Just want to get as much experience as I possibly can with this new team. Never really noticed just how faded the gameplay looks on my stream. Just apologies for that. I am admittedly not 100% certain as to the sort of specifics of streaming on streaming from GameCube. I don't think it's as bad here, as you don't really have to worry about input as much, as it's mostly just menu navigation. Just call me ASMR. Well, I mean, I don't exactly have the mic for it, just something that came to mind. I suppose it would be funny to do sort of ASMR of, I don't know, reading some books. Like, I think I got one of the old Martin Adams Sonic books just sort of buried somewhere around here. Could be fun to just read through that, though. My experience is listening to Andy Serkis going through Fellowship of the Ring was, I felt soothing enough for me at times. Especially with all his songs. I keep forgetting just how many songs there were in the original Lord of the Rings. So yeah, can't help but be a little concerned about just how little damage Confusion seems to be doing. Ow. There we go, that's more like it. Just Curly just coming in as the nuke. Happy birthday, Mewtwo 2 days later. Yeah, it's one of those things that I keep forgetting, to be perfectly honest. Just a lot of stuff involving Mewtwo. Like the fact that I keep mentally making a note in my head to watch Pokemon the first movie with the origin of Mewtwo on August 6th, and just constantly forgetting to do that every single time. Big Bunny crashing out in Battle Frontier. Don't worry, I have a plan for the Battle Frontier once we get there. Mark my words. Also, here we have Trainer Hill, which actually does have rewards around it this time. It looks like Trainer Hill isn't open at the moment. Let's have a look. Unfortunately, we're still getting things ready. Yeah, this seems more like a post-game thing, like it was in Fire Red Leaf Green. Finally got there. I was just kind of find it funny how it's just randomly here. This feels sort of out of left field, just like how the Battle Tower was just sort of randomly placed on the beach outside Olivine and Crystal. Come on, I want to talk to you. Challenge the Winstrit family. Well, that should be a fairly interesting experience. Want to see Sonic 4, the game or the movie? Because I I'm more willing to see one version of Sonic 4 at the very least. The tower where Minnie walked away from and forgot about. This does actually have rewards behind it. I'll just put it out there right now. I'll probably go a little bit more into it when we actually get there, though, because I do plan at the very least trying it. Sonic 4 the movie. I will admit I am a little bit worried about Sonic 4 the movie, mostly just from the stance of what are they going to do with Amy, for one thing, and I kind of can't help but feel that they sort of already went through the, I suppose, most culturally relevant Sonic stories with 3 and Knuckles and Adventure 2 especially, so is the plot just going to be CD? Is it going to be basically Terminator, one of the Terminators, or is it going to be like mishmashing in elements from Sonic Heroes with Metal Overlord? Because while it would be pretty cool to see Metal Overlord on the big screen, I'm not entirely certain that's the direction they'd ultimately end up going, and whether it'll be as good as Sonic 3 was, at least within the context of the movies. But it's going to be a rom-com? I mean, I suppose that's fairly accurate considering Amy. And it would be fairly funny in my opinion, just Sonic suddenly being inundated with this fangirl persona who really takes after him. Oh, we actually... Oh, hey, Wally.
Hello, Stan. I just wanted to tell you that my uncle bought me a POKéNav. I can get in touch with you anytime.
Click. Well, at least he was up to the point. Really hope that Big Hit Metal's aren't the glazy dessert. Yeah, I suppose since we're a fair bit out from the movie being released, the first thing that I thought of upon seeing the post-credit scene for Sonic 3 was Brotherhood of Metallics. That being a big plot element from the Fleetway Song of the comics. And I will admit I still have yet to go through them, but just the idea of just an army of Metal Sonics just really just sounds kind of cool to me, in all honesty. It just sort of reminds me of, I don't know, the Clone Armies, or I don't know, the Battle Droids, except actually cool. Could have sworn there was another sort of horde of evil, cool robots, aside from Decepticons, which comes to mind. I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. Hello, I take it you're a traveler. How's this? How's this? What do you say to taking our family on a series of Pokemon battles? That's the spirit. I like you. Hope Metal Knuckles shows up. That would be pretty cool, actually. Just seeing, even if just for one fight scene, just going up against the metal versions of the main cast, just like how they were in Superstars, where you got Metal Knuckles, Metal Tails, Metal Amy. But it's less relationship drama like Archie. Yeah, it pretty much is. I mostly just remember Sonic being a absolute prick in that. Just I suppose taking after more of the what each market considered a cool dude. Like, for example, with American canon with AOSTH and Archie, got more sort of catchphrase slinging Bart Simpson style Sonic, and I suppose more accurately in Fleetway we got more sort of a Dennis the Menace style Sonic, where he's down his head with it, but he's also a prick. Sonic Fortnite Tense wasn't it? Yeah, that was pretty painful when I first watched. I am at the very least glad there wasn't really any of that in the third movie. It's like, finally, it's like they got rid of most of the stuff I didn't like in the second and the previous two movies. It's like, we're finally in there. And I'm kind of worried that most of the stuff I didn't like about the first two movies not being in the third movie was mostly a result of the writer/actor strike. But since that's over, I can't help but wonder whether or not they'll just go back to that with the 4th movie. Definitely took more of the joke aspect out of her. So, yeah. I imagine if I do end up going through that, it's just gonna be... I'm just gonna be laughing just a little bit just how much of a prick Sonic can be, especially to Tails. It's like, he's your friend, Sonic, why are you doing this? Because I can, and he's a loser. I don't remember specifically as to whether the rate at which your attack is boosted on Metal Claw is boosted. I'll probably have to check, actually. I had the Google Docs right here on my my telephone. Let's have a look. Let's see how much confusion does, actually. Let's see. Move changes. Let's have a look. Metal Claw. Here it is. Okay, so it got a boost up to 60 base power, and okay, now has a 20% chance of raising your attack as opposed to 10, which is good. Which is on par with Meteor Mash. Good to know. And from the looks of it, Meteor Mash also has a an increase to 90 accuracy, basically making it the same as Iron Tail. Which I suppose is a nice little detail. Sonic 3 was great for one of my other enjoyments, power scale. Oh boy, here we go, power scaling, the male version of shipping. I've said this before, I have never really been a fan of the whole power scaling argument. I kind of feel that it sort of takes away from the points of narratives in a way. I'm probably not the best to sort of articulate this, to be perfectly honest, but I'll give it a go. In most stories, people are, I suppose, as strong as they need to be for the sake of the story, but I feel just this whole which person is stronger, taking into account all their feats and such, where you got sort of multiversal level threats. And then comparing them to other multiversal threats, just and it feels like it takes away the point of the story a little bit for me. Where it just comes down to numbers rather than just the characters in the story. Why so serious? Because I feel seriously about this topic. It's more raw than it's just the male version of shipping. That's the way I deal with it. Oh, Grovyle actually learns growth now. Let's get rid of full swipe, as I feel we'll get a little bit more mileage out of it as a setup move, which I can use alongside just Astonish as well. You know, I'm just gonna try growth real quick, see how we go. And of course, I get paralyzed. Yeah, it just generally feels as though people tend to devalue story and character as opposed to just compiling every single character just in terms of feats and raw power, just numbers. Just taking characters, turning them into numbers, basically. At the expense of everything else. If you catch another Pokemon, you put my name. I mean, I can consider it. Here we are, the strongest.
How dare you make my granddaughter cry? For that, I'm going to smack you. Prepare to lose.
Well, most of my team's still strong at the moment. I haven't pulled out a Zoomer. Oh, you only have one Pokemon. You only have Meditite. I imagine this Meditite's going to be absolutely terrifying. Matang, get out of there. Yeah, let's go with Zoomeril. Oh, it has high jump kick. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, and this thing is absolutely loaded with terrifying, horrifying moves. Oh, and meditate as well. This thing is horrifying. No wonder she's the strongest in the Winstrit family. This is scary. Power scaling never came as close to toxins and shimming as no. Seriously, get about it? I mean, you say that, but I can't help but feel that, oh, I somehow survived that. Oh, and confusion, so just to make use of the calm mind. Okay. Grovile. Oh, Grovile's out of action. Vigor off. I'm counting on you here. Put it down. That was horrifying. Well, strong. My granddaughter was right. The sense of the family. I wouldn't go that far. It's just I wasn't expecting her to pull out the high jump kick. If you're not in any hurry, visit us for a while. Oh yes, visit you in this absolute prison-looking house. Not even a roof, just the water just gathers all the way up there. I hope you have good drainage. There's no question you're strong, but if you were to battle my grandson, you'd end up crying in frustration. He's much stronger than any trainer our family knows. Must be challenging the Pokemon League champion by now. Knowing our grandson, he could be the champion already. Imagine if that was the case. Yeah, they're all here to tell you about how, the son, Big Brother Winstrit, is always watching. Okay, Macho Brace. Thank you. I'm sure I will put that to use eventually. Bloody Nora. I was not expecting that to... It's like, I know the Winstrit family can be kind of tough, especially if you're just taking them all on in a row, but I was not expecting just super uber final boss Meditite. Alright, let's go down to Verdanta for a little bit. Challenge all the trainers along here. Especially you. You with your team of 6. You have all the experience I need. I forgot you didn't start off with a team of 6. I could have sworn you did, but I guess not. Jeez Louise. Just... Yeah, you can still tell Matang is a Pokemon that you weren't exactly, It's like you really have to work hard for it, but it's worth it. And of course I get a burn. It's like, yeah, I'm just praising how powerful Matang can be, and immediately just gets nerfed by burns. Come on. Yeah, just gonna switch out. Let's see how good Bubble Beam is. This is gonna be so good against Flannery, you'd have no idea. Ran out of energy? Yeah, just have a snack bar. It's fine. Just have some cereal at Wee Pear Barrels, which for some reason I didn't think to actually think was synonymous with pears for some reason, even though they have pear in the name. It never really occurred to me for the longest time just how many of these berries are based on real-life fruits. Like Nanabs is obviously banana, Rost is obviously strawberries, as it's literally an anagram. Lepa, that one's a little bit lost on me, admittedly. First thing that comes to my mind is pepper, but I don't think that's quite it. as well, I kind of forget where you get the experience share as well. Because it seems as though this is around the time you get it, but I can't exactly remember where, because that would be mighty useful for if I were to get snow runs. These two look so cute together. Time to crush their dreams. I was admittedly a little concerned with regards to the fact that my team just has 2 psychic types on it, but given the power of those 2 psychic types, I think it's fine. I miss Bullet Punch. This is a lot of utility a lot of Pokemon get later on, which I just find is sorely missed. Just Bullet Punch on Metagross is one thing. Oh, I remember. You're the one with a team of 6. Now I remember. You and your funny hats. Oh, you have a snow runs as well. Oh. That's fairly interesting. Oh, level 12, though. My condolences, my good sir. Just, take your lumps. This'll be over. This'll be all over soon. Time to use your arrow as setup fodder, I'm afraid. That was almost a one-shot. I mean, I get it's level 12, but still. Metang is not to be messed with. I suppose that's the curse of Pokemon breeders. You spend all your time breeding and not really raising. At least into a combat-ready state. Let's see how good Confusion is against Makihita, actually. Very nice. It's fine, it's fine. They'll be back up in a minute. I'm sure the next time I bump into them, they're gonna be even stronger. I wasn't ready for a big bunny with a pseudo legendary. I guess apparently not. As yeah. It is kind of obvious that Metang is very much a Pokemon where it's hard to get. When you get it, it's worth it. No, I don't want to teleport. Let's see who requires more experience at this point. Vigoroth. Okay, Vigoroth can take point for a little bit. Right now eating pizza. What kind of pizza? Share with the class what kind of pizza you got. I find usually when, in the rare instances I order pizza, I usually go now sort of vegetable with pepperoni. You know, just so I have the sense that I'm eating somewhat healthy. Ah yes, the Battle of the Fury multi-hit moves. For your attack versus Fury swipe. Mine's better. I mean, in the past I usually just tend to have sausage and pepperoni. As I sort of, like, just appreciating the actual pizza itself rather than simply just having infinite numbers of toppings, if that makes sense. Okay, just pepperoni. Yeah, that's good as well. Nothing wrong with pepperoni. I do remember a long time ago having a cheeseburger pizza, which is just, you know, burger sauce, burger mince, pickles, cheese. It was more just strange than anything. With chicken? Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking maybe if I do pizza again in the future, I'll probably ooh, feint attack, and it's actually physical this time. Oh, they buffed it to base 70. Ooh, ooh. I guess I can just learn cut it another time. Or, you know, I could just give it to somebody else. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. Yeah, this is a good amount of... It's gonna be fun just messing around with Vigoroth for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Just look how powerful he is now. Look at my boy. I've spent all this time trying to raise him up as he was sleeping, and look at him now. I'll get to you in a bit. Payback is in store for you. Just cheese for me? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with just, with just cheese. It's nice to just sort of appreciate, just the actual dough and the sauce and the cheese. I think that's sort of something that people, at least normally seem to devalue. Just, it's all about the toppings. Just how much stuff can we put on the pizza without really regarding the actual pizza itself. Maybe it's just me sort of, wondering about it for a little bit, admittedly. There we go. An impression of Shaq. I'm not entirely certain as to, what sort of, Shaq lines you'd want, because the most I remember hearing about Shaq is in Kazam. Let's green egg and ham it. But I don't really think I can do it much justice, to be brutally honest. In fact, I'm not entirely certain I do justice with a lot of my silly voices, but I do them anyway because I enjoy them. Even if most of them I kind of feel I'm sort of losing my touch on them, like the Sonic voice I do. Society has forgotten the meaning of pizza. Maybe. I will admit, where I am, it sort of feels as though a lot of stuff has remained basically the same since when I was a kid. I've often sort of compared it to the Shire, to be perfectly honest with you, even though Tolkien would probably strangle me if he heard me saying that. It's sort of one of those places where change comes slowly, if it comes at all. Think I can do a perfect Shaq impression? Well, it should certainly be enjoyable to, Oh, Matan can learn cut now, okay. Yeah, I think they also upped up the distribution of HMs for Pokemon who basically just gave the HMs to anyone whom it makes sense for them to have it. So Matan can learn cut now. Good to know. That sort of solves a problem that I was having. It's like, oh no, I got rid of cut on Vigoroth. How am I gonna cut now? And it's just like, we gave Matan the ability to learn cut. Sweet. Okie doke. This last one. This one, I'm fairly certain killed my Talo when I did a Nuzlocke, so it's payback time. At least I think it was you or the bug guy. Regardless, it's time for righteous vengeance. Feel my fury! You know what? You know what? Since we just leveled up, I have a better idea. I have a very fun idea. I think you know where this is going. Do it! This is what it means to showcase true power. You thought that high jump kick was scary? Get a load of this. Already off to a good start. It would be funny if I just ended up going into damage overflow with this, but I imagine I probably wouldn't. reaction when I fight Fumoko, I'm gonna with this weakness. Guys, it is that sort of level of catharsis. Wait, did I just miss on this? Ah. Fine, we'll just do it again. It does get less accurate with each pass. But I shouldn't think it would matter. It's like kind of a shame I can't really use choice band with this, because it would be terrifying. And then I suppose maybe if I use trick. There we go. Say goodnight. I do kind of wonder if there has just been a case where you do actually get damage overflow in these games, because I don't think I've ever heard of that being the case. I mean, obviously I've heard just Pokemon doing unbelievable amounts of damage with like with 2 charms with Flower Gift and Shuckle and Guard and Power Swap / Guard Swap and just Rollout, I think. Anyways, here's Verdansk Town. Come on, man, let's try to the town all by himself. Right. I don't think there's really much we can do here at the moment aside from just talk around. We do it for Monkey and culture up to visit Donkey Kong Island. I mean, obviously, I'd have to find a means of traveling to Donkey Kong Island and partaking in a special crossover episode of Kong of the Hill. But boy, there's something I have to tell you. It's natural environment doing wonderful for yourself. Maybe it's not just the environment. Could be the Pokemon giving the boy hope. My daughter's boyfriend is a very driven and passionate sort of person. Ah. Well, here's Wally. How you been doing, kid? I lost you, Sten, but I'm not feeling down anymore. Because I have a new purpose in my life. Together with my results, I'm going to challenge Pokemon gyms and become a great trainer. Please watch me, Sten. I'm gonna be stronger than you. When I do, I'm gonna challenge you to another battle. Looking forward to it, kid. What about you two? What are you up to? Okay, just talking about the Elite Four, just, good to know. Okay. I think it's time we started heading off to, you know, we've done enough fat. Oh, wait. You can get nest balls here. I'll take 10. Oh, heh, heh, heh. Hope you got Burn Heal. Heh, heh. And Ice Heal, we'll take 3. Oh yeah, I just realized that you can't use Fluffy Tails either. Yep, foreshadowing the Elite Four. I think it's enough time messing around. It's time we go and fought Watson. We've done all the trainers we can, so here goes nothing. I'm fairly confident in our chances. Team seems a fair bit, well, a lot more balanced in terms of levels, so we should be fine. Let's see, who do I want to put up front? Who is the front runner? Curly is the front runner. You better have Burn Heal him. I don't know, for some reason when I first fought Blade and Fire Red Leaf Green, I did sort of picture him, probably not with a sort of Beavis/Butthead voice, to just more sort of villainous. How's it going, Chevrolet? Watson, the leader of the Morphle Gym, uses electric-type Pokemon. Ground types are your best bet to beat him, but be careful. Watson is very mindful of this weakness. It is rumored he's even bred Pokemon to learn a magic grass move. You hear that, Swampert players? You hear? Come to think, grass type might be really useful in this fight. Listen, you can do this. Yep. He's actually made account for the fact that people just steamroll his gym with Marshtomp most of the time. Alright, take care, Vance. Or Zora. One of the two, I'm sure we're fine. We haven't seen her in a while, someone has to check on her. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain, given the recent redesign of Donkey Kong in the newest Mario Kart, that we're gonna be seeing the rare Donkey Kong cast anytime soon. Like, maybe Diddy because of how popular he is. I'm not entirely certain we're gonna see Cranky or Funky or Chunky, he's dead, or Funky, or really most of the Kongs in the near future. It's probably just gonna be sort of classic 80s Donkey Kong and maybe Diddy. Oh, actually using protect and explosion tactics at this point of the game, you villains. Swampert fans aren't letting that stop us. Yes, because I was gonna say Swampert fans can't read, but I think that's a little too below the belt. Anyways, just take this. Candy Kong with a nice person. Yeah, the same kind of personality that I have, I'm sure. Oh, Thunder Punch as well. They were... I suppose it would make sense for you to have electric-type moves in this electric gym. Yo, let's see what Cut does, actually. Let's just... Probably should have used that on Metatite, but I kind of forgot. Lovely. There we go. Actually making use of that decent attack, so we should be good. I'm just gonna try using Conet, see what it does. Septile fans too busy horror farming. I'm not entirely certain there even are Septile fans anymore, more just sort of Grovar fans, because of the Mystery Dungeon games. I mean, I like Septile, he's certainly got a fair... got a decent kid here with a buffed Leaf Blade, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I forgot we had more than one revive. Running a little low on Sody Gogs, admittedly. There we go. Could have sworn that the prizes at the game corner were kind of cheaper, to be honest, because I'm just thinking, at this point of the game, do I want to teach Curly or Thunderbolt? Don't forget the anime giving subtitles. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Ah yes, this gym has puzzles, which aren't just an RNG crapshoot like a certain lieutenant's gym. Just what was the mentality behind Lieutenant Surge's gym, actually? Just scour for all these trash cans to find the right switch, and then just have like a 1 in 4 or 3 guess as to which one has the next switch next to it. What's that? You got the wrong one? Do it again. Especially your big pistol. Oh, you have Gulpin. It's kind of a shame I'm just debuffed to high heaven. I feel at this point I kind of need a stronger ground move. Trash puzzle was say that trash puzzle was trash. I'm just gonna say it. I am certainly glad that they upped up the quality of the gym puzzles, especially around Gens 5 and 6 especially. I say that the Hot Gold Soul Silver gym puzzles were also pretty good. There we go. It's no fun to lose. From the looks of it, they really went out of the way to ensure you step on all the tiles. Let's see. Oh. Yep, we gotta go over and round by the looks of it. Well, you know, we can just do that. There we go. I love shiny things. That's just like Tails in the one episode of Boom. I think I just remember hearing that voice clip out of context. Oh, we got Illumise, who I think has gotten some decent stuff to what Illumise has. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of Illumise actually getting some decent. Volbeat and Illumise getting Prankster in Gen 9. That's probably what I'm thinking of. Here, though, I'm at the very least hoping they got some decent stuff as well. That being said, I do have a Numble. So, we shall just have to see. I mean, it does have Quick Attack at the very least. Train under Watson's nowhere, I'll lose paired with his reliable partner. I love shiny things. Yeah, that is the way of a lot of Pokemon trainers. Oh, and he has Volbeat as well. Nice. I forgot, I didn't actually scour around Route 118 at all. Or was it 117? One of the two. You know what, I'm just gonna swap out. Matang, your turn. And wow, everyone is basically up to level 23 at this point. Feels as though we made good with regards to our level distribution. Here we go. My eyes are frazzled. Yeah, it's, I get the feeling. Anyways. Everybody is just equally on level 23, so we'll just, I also need to get some more Sodigogs. I love how I just keep calling them Sodigogs now. Okay, let's see. In terms of experience, I think Vigoroth should go first. Obviously, Numble's going to be quite the asset in this particular fight, so I'm thinking we won't wheel him out until much later. Alright, I think we're good. I'm happy with this order. Let's use another one of my Sodigogs. I could just go to the Pokemon Center, but I brought these for a reason, so let's just go. I've given up on my plans to No, I'm not gonna go with that voice. I have given up on my plans to convert the city I have, and so I put my time into making door traps for this gym. Oh, and what are you doing here? What's that? You say you've gotten past all my rigged doors. Now that truly is amusing. When I, Watson, the leader of the Morville gym, shall electrify you. Yep, we're already in for quite a drastic change. He's starting off with a Chincho. Let's go for a yawn real quick. Being frazzled, seeing shit. I don't have any shiny Pokemon though. What are you talking about? Let's put in Grovyle real quick. I think this may be a good means of getting momentum as long as we don't get the speed drop. We didn't get the speed drop. Excellent. Alright, Grovyle, time to go to work. Oh wait, I can just use Grove here, can't I? I don't know what to do when the stream's gone. I'm sure you'll be able to find something for me, though. Probably gonna get some sleep. It's so weird seeing Grovyle as a setup sweeper. Get out of here. I'm not gonna risk you waking back up. Max. Oh, of course it's Magneton. The one Pokemon I get walled by. Alright, Numble, it's your turn. You can handle a Magneton, can't you? It's unfortunate to unveil my secret weapon so quick, but needs must. Please don't hit you. There we go. Alright, Normal, I'm counting on you. Oh, he has Sonic Boom. That could get pretty, distressing as the time goes on. And just don't hit yourself. Okay, good. There's his Magneton. Alright, wheeling out Plus. Wheeling out Plus. Let's see. Yep, there's the Magical Leaf. This is what he bought to counter Marshtomp. Oh. Curlia? Let's go Curlia. Double team. Great. Haha! I knew the Synchronize would come in useful one day. It doesn't matter that you're faster than me, I'm still... Never mind, it does matter that you're faster than me. Alright, Grovyle, back in you go. I didn't expect this fight to be so white-knuckle. I was thinking, oh, we had it in the bag, we had it good. We had it good. We're all good in terms of levels, it turns out we weren't. Here he is spamming Quick Attack again. Let's see how much I, Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see how Quick Attack does. My Quick Attack's faster than yours. Level 24. And his ace, Manetric. So the cap was 25 by the looks of it. Let's see what Astonished does. Okay, I think we might be in trouble. We might be in a little bit of trouble here. As I can... Metsang, I'm relying on you here. Confuse. Okay, who's winning? Probably him in a minute. He's probably gonna pull the nice Uno Reverso and... What does Cut actually do, by the way? I keep forgetting. Does it have high crit rates? Okay, it doesn't. I think my best bet here might actually be Takedown. I think. I mean, it's base 95 power. That's gotta be strong, and it's not resistant. Never mind. Confusion it is. I like how he has Howl, but Shockwave isn't affected by it. It's sort of like Breloom and Bulk Up. Alright, best I can really manage is Breloom just whittling it down slowly. You did good, Metsang. Let's just hope that Vigoroth can mop up the rest. He has the health, but can he pull this off? I don't think... Oh! Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Oh! Oh, that was a little too close for comfort. We got Watson. Fine, I lost. You ended up giving me a frill. Here, take this back. Yeah, that was a frill. A frill and a half. Receive the Dynamo Badge from Watson. Good fight. With the Dynamo Badge, Pokemon can use Rock Smash out of battle. It'll make your Pokemon a little bit faster, too. You should take this. TM34. That TM there contains Shockwave. It's a trustworthy move that never misses. You can count on it. Ah yes, this will be very useful until I eventually get Thunderbolts. You powered the door open, that I did. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, good fights. That was certainly a fair bit more intense than I was anticipating it to be brutally honest. That paralysis near the start just messed me up. I think if I didn't lead with... if I just led with normal, that would have probably gone a fair bit smoother, but where's the fun in that? Really? I'd say we give him the time. I think we'll just put Matang out in front, and I think we'll save pushing on to Meteor Falls for next time. Give him the time. This has admittedly been more just a casual fling. Because for now, we gotta open the way. Oh, there's another trainer here as well, I forgot.
What do you call a wild man up in the mountains? A mountain man, right? Why do they call a mountain Pokemon in the mountains a mountain Pokemon?
I'm fairly certain some Pokédex entries do. At least there was a particular entry with regards to mountain Pokemon in the Fire Red Leaf Green Pokédex, which I do kind of can't help but wonder why they never did the Fire Red Leaf Green style Pokédex ever again. It just felt there was a lot more, I suppose, personality behind it. Felt more comprehensive, just all these different categories that all the different Pokemon were in. And oh hey, we got Sableye, who I don't think we could encounter in Granite Cave. At least without going back and using Rock Smash, but I think Sableye also appears later on, so I guess in a way you can't just cheese your way through Brawly with Sableye. Here come the Zubats. I don't think there's actually Oh, we have a Rhyhorn now. That's pretty interesting. You don't often see Rhyhorns in these parts. It's so weird. You just see Rhyhorns usually just sort of allotted to the Safari Zone sort of filler Pokemon. But here, like, oh hey, it's actually a Pokemon I haven't seen before. It's pretty cool. I do kind of like how there's just a fair bit more just variety with some of the trainers, who I suppose in the base game will be a bit more uninspired. Also, yeah, I don't think there's any Zubats in the Rust Turf Tunnel. It's just Whismers, Geodudes, Igglybuffs. I think in the time we'll just go around Route 1. I dropped my glasses. My glasses! I can't see without my glasses. These aren't the glasses, but these are some glasses. I dropped those glasses. May I see them for a second? These are black glasses. They're not what I'm looking for. My glasses aren't around here. And he just leaves. So yeah, the black glasses. Might end up putting those on Vigoroth. And an HP up for our troubles. I am going to put that... Ooh, there's a lot of good runners-up for HP up, I'm gonna be honest. I'll give it to a Azumarill. I could probably put it on Matang, but I see Azumarill as being more sort of the bouncy, bulky boy, so I think he deserves a little bit more. And a Maxifa, ooh. The other side of this rock, my boyfriend is there. He's not just digging the tunnel to come see me. He works his hands raw and rough for the benefit of everyone. Watch this. Time to make all your toil irrelevant. Wow, you shattered that boulder block in the way. To show you how much I appreciate it, I'd like you to have this HM. That would go pretty good on Vigoroth. That HM contains strength. If a muscular Pokemon were to learn that, it would be able to move even large boulders. Wanda, I can now see you anytime. That's wonderful. Please, take some rest in my home. May as well just get rid of this other one whilst I'm here. And yeah, we get strength now. It is kind of nice that you're actually obligated to do that. And of course, obviously, this... Oh yeah, strength is base 80 in this. I'm not entirely certain if it... Actually, yeah, base 80 seems normal for strength. And pretty strong from this point in the game, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely gonna get a fair bit of mileage out of that on Vigoroth. I think I can afford to run away from some of these fights because I kind of want to get back to catching some more Pokemon in Route 117. At least I think it's 117. It is kind of weird to me that I've spent all that time trying to get a Beldum in Granite Cave, Granite Cave, but I never got a shiny on the way there, because I had to go through a lot of encounters there, a lot. Oh, it's you. You're that person who not only helped me in Petalburg Woods, but also got back my stolen package, and then even graciously delivered it to Slateport. Captain Stern informed us that the package arrived too. I thank you very, very much. Why, if I were a rain cloud, I would shower with gratitude and hail you as a hero. For you, the most wonderful trainer, I bear good news. Recently, our company developed a new kind of Pokeball. As a token of appreciation, this is our gift to our wonderful trainer. Got the repeat ball, which I won't be seeing much mileage out of. Our new Pokeball will be available at the Pokemon Mart in Rustboro. Please do try it out. Thank you and bye-bye. Honestly, I'm quite happy with the progress we've made this stream so far. Immediately, there was a little bit of faffing, but what is a Pokemon game without just partaking in all the experiences you can? He says, not engaging with the battle tents at all. Okay, I think they were in this house. Yep, and they all seem happy for me to be here. No, I'm not going to use another repel. Okay, I think we're just going to wind down a little bit here and just see what Pokemon we can get on Route 117. Halo routes. Oh yeah, there's another, there's some more items over here, actually. I can smell them! Another repel to replace the one I just used. And another Great Ball. Splendid. Okay, let's see. I think this patch of grass here is the one I usually tend to frequent, so let's see what we can find in here. I'm hoping some stuff that's a bit more interesting. Sandshrew? Okay, that was a bit unexpected, but I'll happily take it. It's so weird, I'm so used to seeing Sandshrew as just another Safari Zone filler Pokemon, as opposed to actually being out here. I will be honest though, I kind of thought that at the very least with the Ruby Sapphire Sprite of Sandshrew that it just had a lot of black eyeliner and just very tiny pupils as opposed to big eyes, big pupils. Because when you actually take that into account, Sandshrew really is kind of adorable. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. I remember we could find Marils. Rosalia, of course. Somehow I knew I'd find you here, and I don't have anything with which to weaken you as Matang without killing you outright, so... My nameplate... You know what? I was hoping for the synchronized, but I guess not. Normal. You know what? Just for that, I'll, sorry for the getting Dennis. I'll probably go back to Slateport and nickname the Sandshrew Dennis after the stream. Just keep it in good faith that I did it. I'm just gonna use a Great Ball right now, actually. I have faith. There we go. I have a lot of bad memories of Rosalia in this game, which is kind of funny that it actually did find a place within competitive Gen 3, I suppose, just after Cacturne got booted because of Sandvale. Oh hey Volbeat, I remember you being a lot more rare in the base game. I guess I just got lucky. It was a little bit concerning to see Leech Life doing that much damage to Romhack, but it is what it is, I suppose. Oh, more of these antics. I remember Volbeat having a very annoying moveset in, You know, I'll call this one Dennis, actually. Just so I can put it on the record. It has Leech Life, it has Double Team, and just remember Volbeat specifically just having a very annoying moveset. At least when you encounter it in the wild. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It's kind of a shame that I didn't get a chance to go past the cycling road, though, but I suppose it is what it is. There we go. Into the PC it goes. You know, I think we have time. We'll just, Actually, I don't think we do have time. Let's just, we'll do some more encounters here, and then we'll close down for the stream and start on the cycling road next time. Oddish is definitely a common encounter here, but I just didn't take into account just how, I suppose, much of a novelty it was back in Gen 1. But here it's just, oh, it's just a weed Pokemon right next to Rosalia, who looks at the very least visually more impressive and is also annoying in that it just bombards you with statuses. I'm kind of hoping we do run into Vileplume in a notable battle at some point. Just, I can't help but feel that Vileplume has just been hideously underrepresented within the games. Because generally I do kind of like Vileplume. Just a this is a cute little fella. Oh, quick attack as well, just to be extra annoying. I mean, I'll happily take the experience off of you if that's what you're, Okay, that's a little bit more damage than I was anticipating. Okay. You have to go now. Seems like a fairly decent place to do a little bit of grinding while I, try to find more Pokemon to catch, but, I think given the time that we'll have to wait till, off-stream, unfortunately. Next time, we head north. Across through the Fiery Path, up to Fallabor Town, into Meteor Falls. The main goal there is just to beat Flannery next stream. You guys better go now. Yep. Take care. So yeah. Once again, thank you for tuning into the nonsense that has been this particular part. Just still generally just having a great, having pretty much a bit of a ball with this particular playthrough, to be perfectly honest. It's like once you get past Dewford, the game gets good, is what I recall, and it really does seem to be the case now. You go to the doctor. Hopefully you get nothing goes wrong, Dennis. Pizza Fluffy's Dennis. Negative. Yep. It has certainly been quite the ordeal, and I'm definitely looking forward to continuing this next time. But until then, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.